Hi, welcome to Artsy Partswork. My name's Amelia, and I thought it was probably time to do a little video to explain my vision and hopes and desires and dreams for this YouTube channel and um, just the work and the work in progress and the thing that I'm hoping to create. Yes, it will evolve. This is a starting place. But I am super excited about it because this is something that's helped me in my IFS journey and in my personal growth process. And so I feel like it's something that could be helpful to others. Um, my core values are family and personal growth and um, relationships, connecting with others. So that's kind of the basis of how this got started. And I just knew from my own personal journey that in the beginning, the hardest part for me was not feeling a sense of belonging anywhere. Kind of felt like I didn't fit in anywhere, or I was, I don't know, always the loner, maybe is the way to say it. Not always. I have always had friends, and that's a rabbit hole I'm not going to go down right now. But part of my struggle with codependency has been in identifying safe people and choosing supportive people instead of choosing friends that need me and make me feel validated for the ways that I can help them or give them advice or save them, right? So, I want to help people learn how to not choose one-sided relationships. And I feel like the place to start is with connecting within and learning. It's a safe environment to learn and practice with yourself. What does compassionate language sound like? And that's where internal family systems parts work was revolutionary for me. Um, I was able to connect with myself and start learning how to treat my other parts fairly and equitable, and to see not to see them as bad or needy, um, needing rescued or changed or fixed, but just loving them as they are and connecting with them in a way that says, we need you. You're a part of my system and I need you. And I realize that you've got patterns and generational ways of doing things that have worked for you in the past, but can we just all, have conversations and be with each other enough to get to know each other and think about whether we want to change some of those patterns, um, update them. Maybe there's a better way now because we've changed and the people around us have changed and culture has changed and the rules that we used in childhood and the cultural norms from childhood are going to be ineffective now. And so like any skill, practicing and refining the ways that we do things just makes things better. So I'm hoping that this YouTube channel will create a space for you to learn how to support yourself with self-care. And the arts and crafts piece is one method, and the dream work, interpreting your dreams, is the other part of it. So when you're awake and when you're asleep, your parts are sending you messages and wanting to connect with you, and that's beautiful. And we have daily opportunities to check in with our internal parts and build relationship with them. And so I'm using both of those modalities to create opportunities for self-care and self-awareness. And you may be saying, I'm not artistic, I'm not creative, and I don't dream. Well, it's just a skill that can be learned. And maybe it's something that you're willing to try and see if you can develop it. I'm hopeful that through the process of connecting within, we learn how to better connect with others. And the process of getting curious with our parts and not shaming them and putting them down allows us to give that same gift to others, because a lot of us are caretakers and we have loved ones that we want to show up for in a significant way. And if we can do it for ourselves and practice with ourselves, then it makes it easier to have something to give others. Um, so that's kind of the framework that I'm using in this offering. And so what that looks like in practicality is, that's the idea behind it, but then there's the how to, right? And so the how to is, I take for myself, this is how I do it for me, and how I'm going to explain it to others is, I take a dream and I decode it based on my experiences, my symbolisms and metaphors, um, that my parts have with me, and I connect to the internal parts through the dream, a daily dream. So the characters in my dreams, I treat them as internal parts, and I journal what their actions are, what their feelings are, what their messages are. And I have a process of kind of getting curious to see, oh, what are they trying to tell me? How are they expressing? What do they feel? And then I use those movies or metaphors or stories to reflect back. Is there a situation in my waking life that is similar, where I have similar situations to that dream? Maybe it's at work, maybe it's at parenting, maybe it's with a partner or a friend, a relationship. Just, is there a correlation? Am I having these dreams because it's reminding me of a past feeling or a past experience that my parts are worried about is going to happen again in my waking life? So I use that, and then I take it to my therapist, my IFS counselor, and I say, these are some parts that are showing up in my dreams. Can we unpack this? And then we have a session where we talk about, we ask the protectors to step aside and see if we have permission to go inside and talk to some of these parts. And, we do the work, and then we come up with an idea. Okay, so we connected with the part. How are you going to follow up? How are you going to connect with this new part that you just met after therapy? Because it's going to be another month before we meet again. And these parts are vulnerable and tender and wanting to know that you care and are still going to show up for them and not abandon them. What's the plan for moving forward? And so my plan typically is, I'm going to go be in nature or go for a walk with that part. Or I ask the part what it wants from me. But and I offer times of painting or pottery, some time of being quiet to listen, to check in, to say, I see you, I hear you, I care about how you feel, and there's no agenda to fix you or change you. We're just going to spend some time together. And it's just kind of like a holding place, right, for the parts that we've met either in our dreams or in our therapy. Um, and it feels supportive. It's me, my self-led part, and my protector parts, and exiles and firefighters, all of us just kind of being aware of each other and saying, we see each other and we realize there's an interaction here, and we want to know more. So it's getting curious in that way, using the dreams, using the art, and nature, being out in nature, and just being intentional about all of that. So, um, yeah, if that sounds like something that you feel would help your practice, I want to keep it easy. I want to keep it simple. Um, and I want to make it kind of like a loop. So if you imagine support in the top of the loop and self-care in the bottom of the loop, you support yourself through internal family systems. You have a therapist, or you have peer support. I'm always going to encourage you to find IFS peer support. Maybe it's a friend or, someone else that you've met in a AA support group or, something somewhere, church group, wherever you have found someone that is safe. Connect with them and and do self-care. Take care of your needs, your parts, your system, your body, so that it can loop around and you can be supportive to your loved ones and to your peers. So, self-care and support, it has to be both. You can't only be the support. So that's kind of the basics, and I invite you to join me. So you may be asking, what ways can I join? Like, how can I be a part of this process, this movement, this group? So for one, you can join the YouTube channel, you can subscribe, and I also have Facebook and Instagram accounts at this time. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but at least for now, that's one way you can get content and help and support from me. I also have a website that's called artsypartswork.com, and you can sign up for help either with as IFS peer support coaching, where we can talk about this one-on-one together, and I can help you in between your therapy sessions and support you in that way individually. Or if you aren't comfortable being on camera or on the phone, um, we could do it via email, and I can do dream coaching over an email where I give you like an audio file of a dream interpretation. You email me the dream, and I respond back and just give you journal prompts to further your exploration, some ideas on what metaphors and symbols in your dream might mean, and help you just get curious about learning that process of how to interpret your dreams. So those are ways that you can connect with me.